The garden is pretty close to being done at this point, and surprisingly, I'm kind of done with it for now too. It's almost like the same thing that made flowers and made me love them also made winter a season of rest for us all. And rest is lovely, but winter doesn't only mean rest. It also means cold and icy and snowy and gray and dark at 5 p.m. And honestly, all of that makes me a little depressed. And I know I'm not the only one. Enough of us have this going on that there is a name for it: seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short. Very convenient. From what I read, about 5% of people in my country have this going on. But honestly, Pittsburgh winter is relentlessly gray. So I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers are a lot higher around here. I never really thought I got sad, like capital letter sad. I thought it was just regular old sad. But it does seem to happen every winter. And most years, I just hunker down and try to limp along until spring comes. But I'm moderately old now, and truly none of us knows how many more springtimes we're going to get. So limping through and just making it till spring doesn't seem like enough anymore. I want to try to enjoy this season, not just wait for it to be over. So part of the winter will be cozy and restful for sure. I will eat soup and wear my favorite sweaters and hunker down under the blankets, rewatching old episodes of 30 Rock and reading books about gardens as the wind howls outside. And I'll do my best at my job, and I'll try to keep my body moving, and I'll hit up the hot tub at my gym, and all of that will surely help me feel better. But I know myself. And truly, nothing makes me happier than creating beauty, even tiny little pockets of it. For me, nothing keeps the sads at bay more than being creative. So I want to make sure I build plenty of that into my wintertime too. So this winter, instead of just muddling through and holding on for dear life until the sun returns, I have made myself a plan, an anti-sad plan. And I'm going to share it all here with you, not only because I think at least some of y'all will enjoy watching it, but also because it gives me a little bit of accountability. Because sometimes that little bit of knowing that someone besides me cares what I'm doing is enough to get me started. And once I get started, it's much easier to keep going. So here's my plan. First up, I'm creating an anti-sad oasis in my sunroom. Now, it's pretty nice in there already for sure, but the plan is to make a couple of small upgrades to make it feel even cozier and warmer and brighter and plant-filled and just a bit more like my own personal conservatory. I'm starting with a deep clean, windows, floors, everything. Then I'm going to add more plants, if you can believe it, and put in a couple new little furniture pieces to make it feel less random and more cohesive. And more lights, and more humidifiers. I can feel my life force returning already. This is the place I start every morning with a cup of tea in my journal, and I know it will make a huge difference to my everyday happiness to wake up every morning to a bright, green, tranquil space. It's going to be great. After that, the next step is to set up my art studio because it is in a state right now. Basically, I just chucked everything in here when we moved in, and I never looked at it again for months because I was pouring all my energy into the garden, which I don't regret. This room is kind of a nightmare right now, but it's a nice room. It's got lovely north-facing light, really good for an art studio. And my many art supplies deserve to be unpacked and used, so we're going to cuten it up in here significantly. We're going to paint it a nice, warm, bright color and add a lot of lights and space for me to paint and stretch and read and daydream. My own private creative sanctuary. Honestly, I really miss having a space like this, so I can't wait to get it up and running again. Because after the art studio is set up, the next step, of course, is to make some art. Because if I can't arrange flowers, at least I can paint some. And I do not claim to be the greatest artist on the internet, but I do really enjoy making art. So once all those art supplies are unpacked and have a new home, I want to play with them. I want to paint. I want to draw. I want to get out my pastels and all my different fun pens, and I want to just make a bunch of stuff, maybe even including some paper flowers. We've got some stuff to do in the living room too. There are many lovely things in here already, but it could stand to be a little cozier. So I want to put a little thought and action into making it as inviting and warm and comfortable as I want it to be. The next thing on my list is to visit Phipps Conservatory a lot. Phipps is a massive, stunning Victorian conservatory that we're super lucky to have here in Pittsburgh. Surrounded by all these plants and flowers, you just can't be sad, either capital or lowercase. And it's so much fun to see giant versions of my houseplants. Yes, we are going to spend some time here this winter, my friends. And when we truly need a flower fix and nothing else will do, we'll just go hit up Trader Joe's and pick up a few bunches and play. An armful of flowers might just be my Christmas birthday present to myself. I also want to see if we can force some bulbs so we can have some fresh flowers in the darkest depths of February. That sounds fun, right? In short, we're going to keep it moving, we're going to keep it cute, and we're going to enjoy ourselves as much as we can. And then when spring does finally come, we will be well rested, energized, and full of beans. Truly, I can't believe that it took me so many decades of barely making it through winter to realize what was going on and to consider making a plan for myself. But hey, better late than never, right? I love a plan. I like to feel prepared, and I think it actually is going to help me a lot. And none of this is going to be like a whoosh, click your fingers and the transformation is done kind of thing. We're going to take it one step at a time like we did in the garden, and I'm going to take you along as I navigate budget, time, and other constraints. Piece by piece, we'll try out our ideas and exercise our creativity and make a little loveliness, and before long, it will be time to start seeds again. It's going to be fun to see how it all goes and to share it with you. So I hope that you will subscribe to follow along. It is November, people, and we still have flowers. So I'll try not to complain about how cold it is. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a wonderful week, my friends. Bye for now.